Hey everyone, it's me, Dr. Sigmon. I'm here for your week 6 announcements, and I want to talk about what's due this week and give you some information. And I will beg you, please, 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 if you don't understand an assignment, if you don't understand the material, please ask me for help. I am here to help you. Please let me help you. So all you have to do is ask. Okay, so week 6, we only have a couple of weeks left. Can you believe it? But it's true. So this week, you are learning about the origins of early life on the planet, as planet Earth, and then a tremendous number of organisms and agents, shall we say. You're going to learn about bacteria and what they're like, though you have learned a little bit about them already. And just as a review, they're single-celled organisms. One cell is one organism. They are simple. They don't have nuclei. They tend to live in communities and communicate with each other, which is important. And though I know some of you in your discussion post had said that, well, eukaryotes like animals are more important than bacteria. Bacteria can take you down in a matter of days. And kill you. So they are tremendously important. And of course, being a microbiologist, I love my bacteria, my viruses, and all that. There's so many issues that have to do with bacteria these days. I see in the discussion post for week 4, some of you mentioned feeding farm animals antibiotics and how we have antibiotic resistance. That's a tremendous problem these days, having to do with bacteria, because there are some species of bacteria that are becoming so resistant to treatment that very soon here there will not be a way for us to use a drug to try to kill them. So it's really getting scary. So those are bacteria. Of course, not all bacteria are bad. Many, and most of them are good and are beneficial to us. But of course, we're interested in the scary ones that make us sick. Protists are like Naegleria fowleri that I mentioned in someone's post in some week, the brain-eating amoeba. So that's an example of a protist. Giardia is a picture in your book, and it causes something called hiker's diarrhea. The algae are protist. So protists are a very varied group of organisms. It's just a hodgepodge of different organisms that are in that group. Then we have the viruses that you study, and one thing that I really want to emphasize to you is that viruses are not living. Most scientists agree that viruses are not living. They can make you sick. Yes, they can. But they aren't alive. They don't use energy. They don't carry out chemical reactions. They don't reproduce on their own. They're little pieces of genetic code that take over cells, and they make the cells do what they want them to do. It's just like a virus on your computer, right? If you've ever had one of those, a virus on your computer is not another computer that sneaks into your house and takes over where your computer was. A computer virus is a little piece of code that gets into your computer and worms its way around and makes your computer do what it wants to do. So viruses are the same way. They're not living. They do cause us tremendous problems. And I wanted to clear up something that I kept reading in the discussion post for week 4 about flu vaccines. Scientists do not modify flu viruses to put them into vaccines. We don't have to do that. Viruses, the flu viruses, do that on their own. They change themselves constantly as they move through people and through animals across the globe, and when they make it back to the other side of the world again, they're totally different. So they are changing so much all the time that we're just trying to keep up with them. What version is it that's going to cause people to get sick in this coming year? There's a small committee of people who decide this, and then the FDA in this country decides whether they're going to go along with that recommendation. And they'll choose 3 or 4 of these viruses to put into a vaccine. We do not have to manipulate them, though. We take ones that we have already found. So don't be afraid of a flu vaccine because of that. I get my flu shot absolutely every year. The flu can kill you, and it can kill young, healthy adults like you guys, and little tiny babies, and the elderly, and pregnant women. Pregnant women are at a definite risk of developing the flu and sometimes dying. 1 year, just a few years back, it was pregnant women or recent mothers were the ones who were dying from the flu. So there are lots of misconceptions about that. So anyway, that's viruses. And then you're going to study some about plants and how they do photosynthesis and how they have xylem and phloem. They have specialized tissues that make the food travel from out the leaves where photosynthesis is happening down all the way through the roots of the tree, and then the xylem actually allows for the water to travel from the roots out through the leaves. So you're going to learn about that, and you'll learn about fungi. Now, of course, some people say fungi, some people say fungi. I say fungi. They're all different pronunciations of that, and that includes mushrooms and molds and shelf fungi, and there are lots and lots of fungi. Even some of those can make you sick, and you know that because you've heard of a toenail fungus before. So you're going to learn about all those different organisms. It will be important to read chapters 13 and 14, and you can watch the video. The video is really short, so it doesn't have a lot of information in it, but go ahead and watch it because it gives you an overview of what you're going to learn about in chapters 13 and 14. The discussion board postings. Okay, make sure you read the directions and include everything that's asked of you to discuss. And discussing is not one sentence. Discuss the issue. So, discuss the benefits of plants and ecosystems. Why is it important for ecosystems to have plants? Why can't ecosystems survive without plants? That would be a good thing to discuss. Then I also want you to discuss the economic benefits of plants to human beings. How do we use them? There are so many ways. So discuss that. And then I want you to do the very same two things for fungi. What are the benefits of fungi in ecosystems? What are their economic benefits? So there are 4 things for you to do in that initial discussion board posting. And then by Tuesday night, include responses to 2 other students' posts. And like I said last week, be sure to have a meaningful conversation with this person. Ask a question if you can think of one from what they posted. So have a conversation with this person. All right, and then you have a writing assignment, and that is due next Tuesday night. You are supposed to find a recent foodborne illness outbreak. Now, here is a link. I'm giving it to you right here on this page where you can go find foodborne illness outbreaks that have occurred in, say, 2018. This is a CDC website. It is one of the most reliable sources of information that has to do with illness and disease that there is on the planet. So I'm giving you a link right here. Don't just Google this. Don't look it up in Wikipedia. You're going to find 47 different things out there, more than 47. You're going to find so many things out there. But you need good, reliable information. So please use my link right here. I have it right there. And hello, I just saved you a bunch of time. So use it. All right, and then what are you supposed to do when you find one of these outbreaks? Discuss the signs and symptoms of the disease. And the CDC website will tell you that. It's all right there. And then you're going to need to discuss how to ensure food safety. Sometimes it's as simple as cooking foods properly. Wow, that's amazing, huh? And washing your hands after you pet animals. Then things like that. Just really simple things. Sometimes they're more complicated than that. So you're going to look that up and you're going to discuss that in your writing assignment. And then finally, of course, don't forget the week 5 quiz. Sorry, week 6 quiz. Week 6, I got to fix that on the PowerPoint. Okay. And once again, if you have any trouble, if you have any issues, please email me. Also, remember I have office hours on Sunday night from 7 to 8 Eastern Time. I'm online. You can email me. You can come to the Google Hangout and ask me questions. But I'm also available all the time through email. So just give me a shout. Okay, have a good week. Bye.